God bless everybody. Today, we are talking about Jacob and Esau, the twins at war. So before we get started, if you like this content, please subscribe so I can hit the number of 60 subscribers so I can go live on YouTube. Please like, leave comments, and share. So, let us pray. Father in heaven, I thank you for allowing me to do this, Lord. I pray that what comes out of my mouth is from you, Lord. Let it be your words come out of my mouth, not my own. May the people that are watching this receive your word, Lord. May they be blessed by your word, Lord. In the name of Jesus, amen. So, as we get into Jacob and Esau, this will be a two-part series. So, let's get into the first part. Give me 1 second. This time I'm prepared. I got my cup of water. All right. So, Isaac in Genesis chapter 25. Starting with verse 22. But the children struggled together within her, kicking and shoving one another. Actually, let's back it up. Chapter 25, verse 19. Now these are the records of the descendants of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac prayed to the Lord for his wife because she was unable to conceive children, and the Lord granted his prayer. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived twins. But the children struggled together within her, kicking, shoving one another. And she said, if it is so that the Lord has heard our prayer, why then am I this way? So she went to inquire of the Lord, praying for her in answer. The Lord said to her, the founders of two nations are in your womb, and the separation of two nations has begun in your body. The one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the womb. The first came out reddish all over, like a hairy garnet, and they named him Esau, because he was hairy. Afterwards, his brother came out, and his hand grabs Esau's heel, so he was named Jacob, which means one who grabs by the heel, supplanter. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah gave birth to them. When the boys grew up, Esau was an able and skilled hunter and a man of outdoors, but Jacob was quiet. He was a peaceful man, living in tents, like his grandfather, Abraham. Abraham lived in tents, and so his grandson is living in tents. Now, Isaac loved and favored Esau because he enjoyed eating his game, but Rebekah loved and favored Jacob. Nowadays, you do have parents that favor one child over the others. It's common. I mean, it's not right, but It's common. There's always one child that you favor over the others. When the boys grew up, like I said, Esau was able and a skilled hunter, man of the outdoors. But Jacob was quiet. He was peaceful. He lived in tents. Now Isaac, like I said, loved Esau because of the game. He enjoyed eating the wild game. And Rebekah loved Jacob. Jacob had cooked reddish brown lentil stew one day when Esau came from the field and was famished. He was extremely hungry. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please, let me have a quick swallow of that red stuff there, because I'm exhausted and famished." For that reason, Esau was also called Edom, which means red. Jacob answered, "First, sell me your birthright, the rights of a firstborn." The Hebrew word that means heel sounds similar to the name Jacob. The name may mean either he who grabs at the heel of another, or he, the Lord, is at his heels. Right? Name Edom. This name means red. The nickname is here connected to the red stew for which he traded his birthright. Many have speculated that Esau may have had ruddy skin or even red hair, since the name stuck and even became the name of his land and the nation of his descendants. Esau said, "Look, I'm about to die if I do not eat soon. So of what use is this birthright to me?" Jacob said, "Swear an oath to me today that you are selling it to me for this food." So he swore an oath to him and sold him his birthright. Birthrights are very important. I am a firstborn. Usually in families, the firstborn are next in line to take over the family. So it's a big responsibility. Sometimes it doesn't pan out that way, but as a firstborn, you're held to a higher standard than the rest of your siblings. Now there's also could be firstborn for a daughter. She is still held to a higher standard. And there could be also a firstborn son. So sister could be older than you. And if something happens to your dad, and something happens to him where he gets taken out of the home somehow, whether it be by jail or he passes away, even though your sister's older than you become the man of the house. You're the head of the house because you're the man. And kingdoms, that's how it is too. you got the king, and then his oldest son will be next to the throne. Even if the daughter is older than him. So males have a lot of responsibility, and there comes a lot of reward with being a firstborn, and there comes a lot of responsibility with being the firstborn. Okay, so then continue on. Esau sells his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank, and got up and went on his way. In this way, Esau scorned his birthright. So, I don't know if he knew how important that birthright was, but he threw it away when he sold it. He had no disregard for his birthright. He was literally the next in line, but he chose to sell it for a plate of food because he was hungry. And you'll find out later that he pays for that. So we're going to chapter 26, right? Isaac settles in Gerar. Now there was a famine in the land of Canaan, besides the precious famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. So Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt, and stay in the land of which I will tell you. Live temporarily as a resident in this land, and I will be with you and will bless and favor you, for I will give all this land to you and to your descendants, and I will establish and carry out the oath which I swore to you, which I swore to Abraham, not to you, your father. I will make your descendants multiply as the stars of the heavens, and will give to your descendants all these lands, and by your descendants shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because Abraham listened to and obeyed my voice and consistently kept me in charge, or kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." So Isaac stayed in Gerar. The men of the place asked him about his wife, and he said, "She is my sister." For he was afraid to say my wife, thinking the men of the place might kill me on account of Rebekah, since she was very beautiful. So he's going through the same thing that Abraham went through. Abraham went to Egypt. His wife was very beautiful. He told them that she was his sister because he feared that they were going to kill him in order to take his wife. Isaac is in that same predicament. Isaac believes the same thing. So it happened when he had been there a long time that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out of a window and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah, his wife. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, "See here, Rebekah is in fact your wife. How did you dared to say to me, she's my sister? And Isaac said to him, because I thought I might be killed because of her. Abimelech said, what is this that you have done to us? One of the men among our people might easily have been intimate with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us before God. Then Abimelech commanded all his people, whoever touches this man Isaac or his wife Rebekah shall without exception be put to death. So the king lays out the law. Anyone touches Isaac or his wife, they will be put to death. Period. Then Isaac planted seed in that land as a farmer, and he reaped in the same year 100 times as much as he planted, and the Lord blessed and favored him. And the man Isaac became great and gained more and more until he became very wealthy and extremely distinguished. He owned flocks and herds and great household with a number of servants, and the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham and his father, the Philistines stopped up by filling them with dirt. Then Abimelech said to Isaac, go away from here, because you are far too powerful for us. So Isaac left that region and camped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. So King Abimelech and his people felt intimidated by Isaac. So they clogged up the wells with dirt. And they were told to go away because they were too powerful for them. Let's carry on. Now Isaac again dug and reopened the wells of water which had been dug in the days of Abraham, his father, because the Philistines had filled them with dirt after the death of Abraham, and he gave the wells the same names that his father had given him. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of flowing spring water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, the water is ours. So Isaac named the well Esek, which means quarreling, because they quarreled with him. Then the servants dug another well, and they quarreled over that also. So Isaac named it Stinah, enmity, which means enmity. He moved away from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over that one. So he named it Rehoboth, which means broad places, saying, for now the Lord has made room for us, and he shall be prosperous in the land. Then he went up from there to Beersheba. The Lord appeared to him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham your father. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless and favor you and multiply your descendants for the sake of my covenant. For the sake of my servant Abraham. So Isaac built an altar there and called on the name of the Lord in prayer. He pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servant dug a well. So Isaac has an interaction with the Lord, just like his father Abraham. The covenant with Abimelech. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with Esau, which is his close friend and confidential advisor, and Phicol, the commander of his armies. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We see clearly that the Lord has been with you." So we said there now should be an oath between us with a curse for the one who breaks it, that is between you and us. And let us make a covenant, binding agreement, solemn promise with you, that you will not harm us, just as we have not touched you and have done nothing but good to you, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed and favored of the Lord. Then Isaac held a formal banquet, covenant feast for them, and they ate and drank. They got up early in the morning and swore oaths, pledging to do nothing but good to each other. And Isaac sent them on their way, and they left him in peace. Now on the same day, Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug, saying, "We have found water." So he named the well Sheba. Therefore the name of the city was Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, as his wife, and they was a source of grief to Esau's parents, Isaac and Rebekah. So it says that the two wives from Esau brought grief to Isaac and Rebekah. So it seems like everything that Esau is touching or doing, it gets sour real quick. So we're going to chapter 27 with Jacob's deception now. Now when Isaac was old and his eyes were too dim to see, he called his elder and favorite son Esau and said to him, "My son." And Esau answered him, "Here I am." Isaac said, "See, here I am old. I do not know when I may die. So now please take your hunting gear, your quiver of arrows, and your bow, and go into the open country and hunt game for me. And make me a savory and delicious dish of meat, the kind I love, and bring it to me to eat, so that my soul may bless you as my firstborn son before I die." But Rebekah overheard what Isaac said to Esau, his son. And when Esau had gone to the open country to hunt for game that he might bring back, Rebekah said to Jacob, the younger and favorite son, "Listen carefully. I heard your father saying to Esau, your brother, 'Bring me some game and make me a savory, delicious dish, so that I may eat it, and declare my blessings on you for the presence of the Lord before my death.' So now, my son, listen carefully to me and do exactly as I command you. Go now to the flock and bring me 2 good and suitable young goats, and I will make them into a savory dish of meat for your father, the kind he loves to eat. Then you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before his death." Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "Listen, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man. Suppose my father touches me and feels my skin, then I will be seen by him as a cheat impostor, and I will bring this curse on me and not a blessing. But his mother said to him, May your curse be on me, my son. Only listen and obey me, and go bring the young goats to me. So Jacob went and got the two younger goats, and brought them to his mother. And his mother prepared the delicious dish and food with the delightful aroma, the kind that his father loved to eat. Then Rebekah took her elder son Esau's best clothes, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her youngest son. So Isaac is at the stage where he could barely see. So she clothes Jacob with Esau's clothes, so that when Isaac touches the clothes, he would think that it's Esau. Then she gave her son Jacob the delicious meat and bread which she prepared. So he went to his father and said, My father. And Isaac said, Here I am. Who are you, my son? Jacob, to his father. Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done what you told me to do. Now please sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may bless me. Isaac said to his son, How is it that you have found the game so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord your God caused it to come to me. But Isaac wondered and said to Jacob, Please come close to me, so that I may touch you, my son, and determine if you are really my son Esau or not. So Jacob approached Isaac and his father, touched him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. He could not recognize him as Jacob, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. But he said, Are you really my son Esau? Jacob answered, I am. Then Isaac said, Bring the food to me, and I will eat of my son's game, so that I may bless you. And he brought it to him, and he ate and drank, and brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, Please come, my son, and kiss me. So he came and kissed him, and Isaac smelled his clothing and blessed him, and said, The scent of my son Esau is like the aroma of a field which the Lord has blessed. Now may God give you of the dew of heaven to the water to your land, and the fatness of the fertility of the earth, and the abundance of grain and new wine. May people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord and master over your brothers, and may your mother's son bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and may those who bless you be blessed. So he has the blessing now. Now, as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely left the presence of Isaac, his father Esau, his brother, came in from hunting. Esau also made a delicious dish for meat and brought it to his father, and said to him, Let my father get up and eat some of his son's game, so that you may bless me. Isaac, his father, said to him, Who are you? And he replied, I'm your son, your firstborn, Esau. Then Isaac trembled violently, and he said, Then who was the one who was just here, who hunted game and brought it to me? I ate all of it before you came and blessed him. Yes, and he, in fact, shall remain blessed. When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with a great and extremely bitter cry, and said to his father, Bless me. even me also, O my father. Isaac said, your brother came deceitfully and has fraudulently taken away your blessing for himself. Esau replied, is he not rightly named Jacob, the supplanter? For he supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. Have you not reserved a blessing for me? But Isaac replied to Esau, listen carefully. I have made Jacob your Lord and master. I have given him all his brothers and relatives as servants, and I have sustained him with grain and new wine. What then can I do for you, my son? Esau said to his father, have you only one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O father. Then Esau, no longer able to restrain himself, raised his voice and wept loudly. Then Isaac, his father, answered and prophesied and said to him, your dwelling shall be away from the fertility of the earth, and away from the dew of the heaven above you. But you shall live by your sword and serve your brother. However, it shall come to pass, when you break loose from your anger and hatred, that you will tear his yoke off your neck, and you will be free of him. So Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are very near, and I will kill my brother Jacob. When these words of her eldest son Esau were repeated to Rebekah, she sent for Jacob her son, and said to him, listen carefully. Your brother Esau is comforting himself and concerning you by planning to kill you. So now, my son, listen and do what I say. Go escape to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's anger subsides. When your brother's anger towards you subsides and he forgets what you did to him, then I will send and bring you back from there. Why should I be deprived of you both in a single day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I am tired of living because of the daughters of Heth, these insolent wives of Esau. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these daughters of the land, what good will my life be to me? So the family is completely divided over a lot of things. There's a lot of fighting going on in the family between the 2 brothers. We see that already. So we're going to stop it here, and then we're going to pick it up next week for part 2. This might even be a part 3, to be honest with you. Like, the story between these 2 brothers battling it out, fighting amongst each other, goes on for quite a bit. So it could be on for a while, at least 2 or 3 parts. All right, so this is part 1. If you like this content, again, please subscribe, please like, please share. Yes, this is my shirt, and it says I stand with Israel. I always will stand with Israel, and I'm not saying that they're perfect, because I know they are a secular nation and they are in sin just like the rest of us, but they are still God's chosen people. God bless you. Love you. See you next week.